Welcome to this video guide for operating Ansul Red Line fire extinguishers. Red Line cartridge-operated hand-portable and wheeled fire extinguishers are trusted by safety directors worldwide. Designed for superior performance, cartridge operation gives you reliability, ease of service, and on-the-spot recharge. A choice of dry chemical and dry powder agents are available for specific types of fires. Keep in mind that this video does not replace the experience and exposure gained from an actual hands-on training course. However, reviewing this program along with reading the owner's manual will make you better prepared to fight a fire. Let's start with a close look at your Red Line fire extinguisher. There are two basic types, hand-portable and wheeled. Both have a separate container for the extinguishing agent, plus a separate cartridge or cylinder of compressed gas to expel that agent. The nameplate on the front shows you the operating instructions, as well as the fire class symbols. Each symbol indicates a type of fire for which the extinguisher is designed and listed. This particular Red Line extinguisher is rated for Class A, B, and C fires. Class A fires involve ordinary combustible materials, such as paper, wood, and cloth. Class B fires involve flammable liquids and gases. The Class C symbol indicates that the extinguisher can be used on fires involving energized electrical equipment because the agent is a non-conductor of electricity. Class D fires involve burning metals such as aluminum, magnesium, and sodium. Let's take a look at Class B fires. Ansul hand-portable and wheeled fire extinguishers are capable of fighting 5 basic types of Class B fires: spill fires, fuel and depth fires, fires with obstacles, gravity-fed fires, and pressure fires. Let's look at how to actuate your Ansul Red Line extinguisher, starting with hand portables. Pick up the extinguisher using the carrying handle. Remove the hose from beneath the push lever and place the hose between your thumb and the carrying handle. With the top of the extinguisher pointed away from you, firmly push the lever down, which transfers gas from the cartridge to the agent tank, pressurizing the extinguisher. You're now ready to attack the fire. Here's a demonstration of the proper technique to fight a flammable liquid spill fire using a hand-portable extinguisher. Start back about 12 feet and approach the fire from the upwind side. Bring your arm back and bend it at a 90-degree angle about waist-high. Squeeze the nozzle fully and aim it at the base of the flames at the front edge of the fire, sweeping from side to side. Once the fire starts to retreat, advance while you continue to sweep, extending about 6 inches beyond the edge of the fire on both sides. Push the fire from the front edge all the way to the back. When the fire is out, shut off the nozzle and slowly back away. When you're done fighting the fire, you'll need to complete the process by blowing down the extinguisher to relieve all expelling gas pressure while clearing the hose of residual chemical. Start blowdown by turning the extinguisher upside down. This saves the remaining dry chemical. Point the nozzle upward in a safe direction. Open the nozzle to vent the pressure and clear the hose. Hold the nozzle open until all pressure is relieved. Return the extinguisher to its upright position. Place the hose behind the push lever and the nozzle back into the nozzle holster. The extinguisher is now ready to recharge. Ansul Red Line wheeled dry chemical fire extinguishers have much greater capacities than hand portables, enabling a single operator to fight large-scale fires. To operate this extinguisher, first remove the nozzle from the nozzle holster. Make sure you have a strong grip on the nozzle and that the bail is pushed forward to its fully closed position. Next, open the nitrogen cylinder to the wide open position. You'll immediately hear the gas transfer into the dry chemical tank. Unwind the hose completely from the extinguisher. We recommend bringing the dry chemical up to the nozzle before fighting the fire. Once you unwind the hose, brace yourself and point the nozzle upward in a safe direction. Then, slowly open the nozzle until you have a solid stream of dry chemical. Then, close the nozzle. Now, let's look at how to use a red line wheeled extinguisher on a flammable liquid spill fire. Position yourself upwind of the fire. Stand back about 20 feet, brace yourself, and slowly open the nozzle. Aim at the front edge of the fire. Establish your sweep from side to side, extending about 6 to 12 inches beyond the edge of the fire on both sides, advancing from the front edge of the fire to the back. Once the fire is out, close the nozzle and back away. When you're done fighting the fire, you'll need to blow down the extinguisher. To begin blowdown, close the nitrogen cylinder valve and tip the wheeled extinguisher on end to allow the dry chemical to flow to the top of the agent tank. Point the nozzle upward in a safe direction. Brace yourself and open the nozzle to allow all nitrogen gas and dry chemical to empty through the hose. When finished, leave the nozzle open and lay the hose on the agent tank. After approximately 5 minutes, the unit is ready for recharge. A fuel in depth fire refers to burning fuel with a depth of at least 1/4 inch, such as a contained or diked area. Position yourself upwind. Open the nozzle by depressing the handle. Aim at the front edge of the fire and sweep side to side, advancing from the front edge to the back. Once the fire is out, close the nozzle and back away. The next fire we're going to demonstrate is an obstacle fire. In this case, a fire surrounding a ruptured barrel of flammable liquid. Fighting this particular type of fire requires 2 application points because dry chemicals don't secure the flammable vapors. When the solid particles hit an obstacle, a blind spot or void is created on the opposite side. Therefore, you'll need 2 people working together to fight this fire. Start the same way as you would when facing a spill fire, upwind and about 12 feet away. Both firefighters remove the nozzles from the nozzle holsters, actuate their fire extinguishers, and open the nozzles. While shoulder to shoulder, begin directing the stream 6 inches in front of the fire. Start a side-to-side sweep. Once the fire starts to retreat, advance slowly, pushing the fire back. When you have the fire under control, you will split, one going right and one left. This gives you the ability to eliminate the blind spot. Once the ground fire is out, communicate with your partner. Advance to the barrel and aim the chemical stream inside. Once the fire in the barrel is out, close the nozzle and back away. When you're done fighting the fire, always remember to complete the blowdown process. For a pressure fire in a gas line or gas storage unit, first, determine whether to extinguish the fire or shut off the fuel source. Often, the first option is to close the valve that supplies the fuel source of the fire. But if you can't access the valve and you have to extinguish the fire, start by injecting the agent stream into the break where the gas is escaping. Direct the dry chemical stream on either side of the pipe into the flow of gas, allowing the dry chemical to be carried downstream to put out the flame. Once the fire is out, make sure to shut off the fuel source. Then, blow down the extinguisher. Another type of pressure fire involves liquid fuel. Again, you should first consider shutting off the fuel source. In this particular pressure fire, the fuel is also causing a spill fire. Start by directing your stream of dry chemical on the spill fire in a side-to-side motion. Once the ground fire is extinguished, move up to the brake and pause, allowing the dry chemical to build a fire-suppressing concentration. Then, follow the flow of fuel up until the fire is completely extinguished, and then back away. When you are sure the fire is completely extinguished, finish the process by blowing down the extinguisher. The technique for fighting a pressure fire with a wheeled extinguisher is identical to the hand portable technique. Again, your first option is to shut off the fuel source if possible. To help avoid exposure to the heat, start with the horizontal fire before moving to the vertical jet. As with the portable extinguisher, direct your stream on either side of the horizontal pipe. This allows the gas to carry the dry chemical downstream, putting out the fire. Next, direct the dry chemical up to the vertical fire, so the dry chemical is again carried by the flow of fuel to put out the fire. Once the fire is out, make sure to shut off the fuel source. Remember to finish the process by blowing down the extinguisher. In a gravity-fed fire, the fuel is both above ground and flowing down to create a spill fire. And because the vehicle is an obstacle, at least 2 firefighters are needed. To fight this type of fire, start at the base and fight the spill fire first. Sweep side to side, extending about 6 to 12 inches beyond the edge of the fire on both sides, advancing from the front edge of the fire to the back. Once the ground fire is out, pause for a second at the bottom edge of the wheel well to extinguish the burning vapors. Then, follow the flames up the side of the vehicle and across the top to extinguish the fire. When the fire is out, back away to make sure the fire remains out. Then, blow down the extinguisher to prepare it to be recharged. Class D fires occur in combustible metals such as magnesium, aluminum, and sodium. They burn at very high temperatures. It's important to note that agents designed for Class A, B, and C fires should never be used on metal fires. You need a special fire extinguisher and extinguishing agent, so be sure to look for the Class D symbol on the label before fighting a metal fire. The Red Line Metal X cartridge-operated fire extinguisher is recommended for this type of hazard. In addition to the Class D label on the nameplate, it also has a red handle to indicate it's designed for a special application. Actuate the Metal X fire extinguisher and stand upwind about 6 feet from the fire. Open the nozzle to discharge the agent onto the fire. As you apply the agent, work your way in until you completely cover the hazard. The Class D agent works by suffocation. As the agent melts, it forms a crust over the fire, excluding the oxygen. Continue applying the agent as the metal burns through the crust. Make sure the mound always remains intact until the fire is extinguished. Again, blow down and recharge the extinguisher. When you're fighting a Class A fire, the application technique is not as critical as it is with Class B and D fires. In the case of this Class A pallet fire, it's important to apply the dry chemical agent to knock down the flame and cover the total area. Close the nozzle and inspect the debris. Without entering the fire area, look for any hot spots where there may be burning embers, and then apply the agent to those. Cover areas you may not have covered in the initial application. Again, finish the process by blowing down the extinguisher. Industrial hazards require industrial-strength Ansul brand fire extinguishers. Let the durable, rugged, and reliable Ansul Red Line hand-portable and wheeled fire extinguishers be your first choice when it comes to protecting your facilities and your people. Remember, this video does not replace the experience and expertise gained from actual hands-on training provided by the world-renowned Ansul Fire School. For more information about the Ansul Fire School, Ansul Red Line fire extinguishers, or to find an authorized distributor, visit ansul.com.